My dear friends, have you ever noticed? When our health starts to decline, it's not our eyesight that gives up first, not even our memory, it's our legs. The very foundation that carries us through life begins to shake before anything else. And when the legs weaken, it's not just about losing strength, it's about losing freedom, confidence, and vitality. You see, our legs are more than just two limbs that move us from place to place. They symbolize progress. They represent movement in life, physically, mentally, and spiritually. If your legs are strong, you can climb mountains. But if they are weak, even a few stairs feel like a struggle. So today, let's talk about how to nourish this foundation, not just through exercise, but through food that fuels strength. There are six powerful foods that can help your legs regain strength and energy naturally and effectively. 1. Spinach. Yes, Popeye wasn't wrong. Spinach is loaded with iron, magnesium, and nitrates that improve muscle strength and endurance. It helps your legs perform better and recover faster. So, next time you eat, add a handful of green, not just for taste, but for power. 2. Bananas. These yellow beauties are nature's energy bars. Packed with potassium, they prevent cramps and improve muscle coordination. One banana before or after your walk or workout can make a big difference in your leg strength. 3. Eggs. Simple, humble, and powerful. Eggs are pure protein. They help rebuild muscle tissue, increase strength, and reduce fatigue. Remember, when your muscles are fed well, they serve you well. 4. Sweet potatoes, a wonderful source of complex carbohydrates and beta carotene. They fuel your body for long hours. If you want your legs to keep going, give them clean energy, not junk. 5. Almonds and walnuts. These little nuts are brain food and leg food both. Full of omega-3s and healthy fats, they reduce inflammation and keep your joints flexible. A handful a day can keep weakness away. 6. Lentils and beans, rich in plant-based protein and iron. They're perfect for building endurance. When your body feels tired, it's usually your legs that say it first. So give them what they need to stay silent and strong. My friends, strength doesn't come from what we wish for, but from what we nourish. If we nourish our body with good food, our legs will carry us gracefully through life. If we neglect them, they will remind us, painfully, of what we took for granted. So, take a moment today to thank your legs for every step they've taken for you, for every climb, every journey, every dance, and every prayer. And promise them that from today onwards, you'll feed them strength, not just with food, but with care, gratitude, and consistency. Because when your foundation is strong, your whole life stands tall. Strength begins at the foundation. Your legs reflect your vitality. When we look at a tree, the first thing that keeps it standing tall is not the branches or the leaves, but the roots. Similarly, in the human body, our foundation lies in our legs. They carry our weight, our ambitions, and our purpose every single day. Yet, most of us do not pay attention to this foundation until it begins to weaken. We care for our face, our skin, our hair, but rarely do we think about the strength of our legs, the very limbs that carry us through life. When your legs are strong, you move with confidence. When they are weak, every movement feels like a burden. Our vitality is not just measured by how fast our heart beats or how sharp our mind is, it is reflected in how firmly and freely we stand. From the moment we learn to walk, our legs symbolize progress. Every milestone in life begins with movement, the first step of a child, the determined stride of an athlete, or the steady walk of an elder who has lived a full life. The legs are more than muscles and bones, they represent independence, strength, and the courage to move forward despite challenges. Yet with time, many people notice that their legs begin to lose power before any other part of the body. It becomes harder to climb stairs, to walk long distances, or to maintain balance. This is nature's way of reminding us that vitality fades when we stop caring for the foundation that holds us up. When the legs weaken, it is not just the body that slows down, the spirit does too. Because when you can't move freely, you start to feel trapped, and that sense of limitation affects your energy, enthusiasm, and outlook on life. The ability to move gives us freedom, and freedom fuels joy. When that is taken away, even simple pleasures like walking in the park or standing for a conversation become struggles. That's why paying attention to leg strength is not about vanity or fitness alone, it is about preserving vitality, confidence, and independence. If you observe people who age gracefully, you'll notice one thing in common: they move. They walk regularly, they stretch, they keep their legs active. Motion keeps the blood flowing, strengthens the muscles, and reminds the body that it is still alive. The more we sit, the weaker our foundation becomes. Modern lifestyles have made sitting the new norm. Long hours at desks, watching screens, traveling in cars, and this stillness drains our strength slowly and silently. The legs begin to lose tone, circulation decreases, and balance deteriorates. By the time we realize it, the foundation is already shaky. True vitality comes from movement. A moving body creates a moving mind, and both together create a vibrant life. Our legs are also deeply connected to our sense of grounding. Just like a tree draws strength from the earth through its roots, our body draws energy from the ground through our legs. When we stand barefoot on the earth, when we walk on grass or sand, something subtle yet powerful happens. The body rebalances, the nervous system calms down, and our energy aligns. The legs are not just mechanical parts, they are living connectors between us and the earth. They remind us that we belong to something larger, that our strength doesn't only come from within, but also from the ground beneath our feet. Vitality is not only about physical power, it is about how alive you feel. When your legs are strong, your posture improves, your breathing deepens, and your circulation increases. All of these add to a sense of vitality that radiates through your entire being. You feel lighter, more capable, more in control. That's why strengthening the legs is not merely an exercise routine, it's a practice of honoring your foundation. Every squat, every stretch, every walk you take is an act of gratitude toward the part of your body that supports you unconditionally. There's also a mental and emotional strength that comes from strong legs. The feeling of standing tall gives confidence, the ability to walk far gives endurance. Both qualities translate into how we deal with life. When we strengthen our foundation physically, we also build resilience mentally. Weak legs make us hesitant, strong legs make us bold. This connection between body and mind is profound. You cannot expect to feel mentally strong when your body feels unstable. Balance in life begins with balance in the body, and balance in the body begins with stability in the legs. Our ancestors understood this well. In traditional cultures, walking, farming, climbing, and physical work were part of daily life. People didn't need gyms to stay strong, their lifestyles naturally kept their legs powerful. Today we have replaced movement with convenience, and in doing so, we've weakened not only our muscles but our vitality. To restore that lost energy, we must return to the basics, moving more, eating better, and remembering that the legs are the first indicators of overall health. When your legs begin to weaken, it's a message from your body that something deeper needs attention: nutrition, circulation, or care. Listening to that message early can preserve your vitality for years to come. Nourish, not neglect. Food is fuel for endurance and stability. The body is a magnificent creation, capable of healing, rebuilding, and strengthening itself when given the right nourishment. Just as a car cannot run smoothly without proper fuel, the human body cannot perform at its best without the right kind of food. Yet, in today's world, people have become more focused on convenience than care. Fast food has replaced fresh food, and instant satisfaction has taken over long-term health. The truth is, nourishment is not just about filling the stomach, it is about fueling the body, mind, and spirit. What you eat determines not just your energy levels, but also your endurance, stability, and overall vitality. When we talk about nourishment, we often think of calories, proteins, and vitamins. But nourishment goes deeper than numbers. It is about the quality of energy we bring into ourselves. Food carries life energy, and when we consume natural, wholesome foods, that energy flows into us. Fresh fruits, vegetables, grains, nuts, and seeds are not just nutrients. They are nature's design to keep the body strong and stable. Neglecting this truth leads to gradual decline, not sudden collapse. Weakness doesn't happen overnight, it's a result of small daily choices that either build or break our foundation. Endurance is the ability to keep going despite fatigue, and stability is the ability to stay steady despite challenges. Both come from nourishment. A well nourished body doesn't tire easily, and a well fed mind doesn't waver quickly. When your nutrition is poor, your muscles lose tone, your joints ache, your energy drops, and even your thoughts become dull. The connection between food and mental clarity is as real as the connection between food and physical strength. A mind fed with processed, artificial energy cannot stay calm or focused for long, but a mind supported by clean, natural nourishment remains alert and balanced. Many people treat food as a reward or entertainment, not as medicine or energy. They eat when they are bored, stressed, or emotionally unsettled. This disconnect between body and food causes deeper imbalance. True nourishment begins when we become mindful of what enters our body. Each meal becomes an opportunity to strengthen rather than weaken ourselves. When you see food as fuel, you make conscious choices. You pick what supports you instead of what seduces you. You begin to eat with awareness, gratitude, and purpose. Food also teaches us patience. Just like seeds take time to grow into trees, the effects of good nutrition take time to show. People often expect instant results, a few days of healthy eating, and they want transformation. But the body works differently. It takes months, sometimes years, to rebuild what was neglected. That's why consistency is more powerful than intensity. A small bowl of healthy food every day can do more for your strength than a crash diet or short-term plan. Nourishment is not an event, it's a lifelong relationship between you and your body. Our endurance depends not only on what we eat, but also on how we eat. Eating in haste, scrolling through screens, or talking endlessly while eating disconnects us from the process of digestion. The body digests not only food, but also the state of mind we eat in. If the mind is restless, the digestion becomes restless too. When you eat calmly, chew properly, and appreciate your food, your body absorbs nutrients more effectively. Nourishment begins before digestion. It starts with awareness. Every bite taken with mindfulness becomes a source of energy. Every meal eaten with distraction becomes a lost opportunity. Modern nutrition often focuses on supplements, powders, and artificial boosters. But no supplement can replace the intelligence of real food. Nature has already provided everything the human body needs: vitamins in fruits, minerals in greens, protein in lentils, and energy in grains. When we rely on synthetic substitutes, we trick the body into short-term strength while draining its natural reserves. Real endurance cannot be built on shortcuts. It is sustained through simple, consistent, natural nourishment. Neglect, on the other hand, slowly depletes this foundation. When meals are skipped, sleep is compromised, or hydration is ignored, the body starts sending signals: fatigue, weakness, and imbalance. These are not problems to medicate away, they are reminders to nourish. Many people chase energy through coffee, sugar, or processed snacks, not realizing they are borrowing energy they will have to repay with interest later. True nourishment gives without taking. Artificial stimulation takes more than it gives. To sustain endurance, the body needs steady, reliable energy, the kind that comes from whole, unprocessed foods eaten in harmony with nature. Stability also comes from nourishment because food influences emotions. When the body lacks proper nutrition, the mind becomes irritable and unsteady. Blood sugar fluctuations cause mood swings, fatigue causes frustration, and dehydration clouds clarity. A well-fed body supports a balanced mind, and a balanced mind supports a stable life. You can see this connection clearly. When you eat well, you think clearly, move freely, and feel grounded. When you eat poorly, everything feels heavy, chaotic, and unstable. Nourishment is not just about physical survival, it is about emotional steadiness and spiritual grounding. Every meal, therefore, is a message to your body, either of care or neglect. When you choose to nourish, you tell your body that it matters, that you value your health, and that you wish to sustain your strength for the long run. The energy you receive from food becomes the energy you offer to the world. The endurance you build within reflects in your patience, your focus, and your actions. Nourishing yourself is not selfish, it is a form of respect toward the life you have been given. Strong legs, strong life. built from the ground up. In life, everything we build depends on the strength of its foundation. Whether it's a building, a relationship, or a body, if the base is weak, the whole structure trembles. The human body's foundation lies in its legs. They are the pillars that support every movement, every step, and every goal we chase. When your legs are strong, you move through life with ease, balance, and grace. When they are weak, everything feels heavier, not only physically but emotionally too. The connection between physical strength and inner confidence begins with how stable you feel on your feet. The stronger your legs, the more firmly you stand in life. Legs symbolize progress. They move you forward when life asks you to take steps, literally and metaphorically. From childhood, every achievement begins with movement, standing for the first time, taking those wobbly steps, running toward dreams. As adults, we often forget that the ability to move freely is one of life's greatest blessings. When the legs weaken, it's not just mobility that's lost, but a sense of freedom and independence. Every step we take represents growth. To stop moving is to stop evolving. That's why strengthening your legs is not just about fitness, it's about keeping the spirit of progress alive. The legs also represent balance. When you stand upright, there is a quiet coordination between countless muscles, nerves, and joints. That balance doesn't just happen, it's earned through consistent effort. Similarly, balance in life is achieved when all parts work in harmony, physical, mental, and emotional. When one part weakens, the others struggle to compensate. By training your legs to be strong and stable, you teach your body what balance feels like. That same balance extends into your thoughts and actions. You learn to stay steady in challenges, to hold your ground in difficulties, and to keep moving even when the path is uncertain. Strong legs don't just come from exercise, they come from awareness. Each step you take consciously builds stability. Every time you walk instead of sitting, stretch instead of slouching, or climb instead of avoiding effort, you tell your body that it's meant for strength, not stagnation. The problem today is that movement has become optional. People drive when they can walk, sit when they can stand, and rest when they could move. The body designed for activity slowly begins to lose its natural vitality. Muscles weaken, circulation slows, and energy drops. Building from the ground up means returning to that natural rhythm. Walking daily, engaging the legs, using them as they were meant to be used. There is also a spiritual dimension to strong legs. When you stand firm on your feet, you feel grounded. You feel connected to the earth beneath you. This grounding brings calmness and stability to the mind. Just as a tree draws its nourishment from the soil, the human body draws strength from its connection to the ground. The legs act as roots that absorb energy, balance the body, and give it structure. When these roots are strong, you feel more centered, more stable, and more in control of your life. A strong foundation allows you to face life's storms without being shaken easily. Strength, however, doesn't come from aggression, it comes from consistency. Building strong legs requires patience and persistence. Small, repeated efforts that add up over time. The same principle applies to life. You don't build a strong life overnight. You build it one habit, one choice, one step at a time. When you strengthen your legs through movement and good nourishment, you are training not just your muscles but your discipline. The commitment to keep strengthening yourself physically becomes a reflection of how you approach life's challenges. Steady, determined, and rooted, a strong life is also one that stands tall during adversity. Weak legs wobble under pressure, just like weak resolve falters under difficulty. But when your foundation is strong, you can carry weight, the weight of responsibilities, of effort, of change. You learn that real strength is quiet, stable, and enduring. It's not about how fast you run, but how long you can keep standing when life tests you. The same endurance that helps your legs climb hills also helps your mind climb struggles. When your body learns stability, your character mirrors it. Building from the ground up also means understanding that strength is not limited to muscles. It includes the bones, joints, and connective tissues that work together silently. Ignoring any one part creates imbalance. Life works the same way. Neglecting one aspect of yourself, whether physical health, emotional peace, or spiritual growth, eventually weakens the entire structure. The body teaches us through sensation when the legs ache or fatigue easily. It's a message that the foundation needs care. Listening to that message early prevents collapse later. Every act of strengthening your base, be it exercise, rest, or nourishment, is an investment in longevity and vitality. Strong legs also symbolize readiness. When your legs are firm, you're always prepared to move, to walk toward opportunities, to stand up for yourself, to lift others when they fall. In contrast, weak legs bring hesitation. You think before moving, you doubt before acting, you fear before stepping. The strength in your legs translates into courage in your heart. Every push up, every walk, every stretch becomes a practice in self trust. You begin to realize that as long as you can stand tall and move forward, nothing can truly hold you back. Strength from the ground up means confidence that begins in the body and rises into the spirit. When the legs are strong, life feels lighter. Movement becomes effortless, posture becomes natural, and the body feels alive. This physical strength influences every part of your day. How you walk, how you sit, how you think, and even how you face your challenges. When your foundation is stable, your life follows the same rhythm of stability. The discipline that keeps your body strong becomes the same discipline that builds a purposeful, resilient, and grounded life. When we reflect on everything we have explored, the importance of strong legs, the power of nourishment, and the truth that strength must be built from the ground up, it becomes clear that health is not a single act, but a lifelong harmony between body, mind, and spirit. Our legs represent our ability to move forward in life, not just physically, but emotionally and spiritually. They carry us toward our dreams, through our struggles, and into the future. When they are weak, even the simplest path feels difficult. When they are strong, no mountain feels too high. This strength is not only the result of exercise or diet, it is a reflection of how we care for ourselves, how we honor our bodies, and how we value the life we have been given. In every journey, the foundation determines the outcome. You cannot build a tall building on weak ground. Similarly, you cannot expect to live with energy, confidence, and vitality if your foundation, your legs, your nutrition, your habits are neglected. The legs are symbolic of stability and movement. They hold the body upright and help it move forward. When they weaken, the rest of the body begins to follow. This teaches us an important truth about life. When your base is unstable, everything else starts to wobble. Whether it's your physical health, relationships, or ambitions, strength always begins at the base. That is why focusing on the lower part of your body, both literally and metaphorically, ensures that the rest of your life can rise with grace. Nourishment is another form of strength. Food is not just something we consume to silence hunger, it is the source of energy, balance, and vitality. When you choose wholesome food, you are not only feeding your body, but nurturing your endurance and stability. The body is intelligent, it knows when it's being cared for and when it's being ignored. Every healthy meal you eat is a signal of respect toward your body. Every careless choice is a form of neglect. If we wish to move forward in life with strength, we must understand that what we put inside ourselves determines how far we can go. Good nutrition is the quiet builder of lasting strength, while poor nourishment is the silent thief that slowly takes it away. The body and mind are deeply connected. When the body feels weak, the mind follows. When the body feels energized and stable, the mind gains clarity and confidence. That's why caring for your legs is not just about mobility. It's about cultivating mental and emotional resilience. The act of standing tall physically influences how we stand emotionally in life. When you walk with stability, you feel empowered. When you move freely, you feel capable. Strength in the body creates strength in the heart, and that strength radiates into every part of your life. It helps you make better decisions, face difficulties with courage, and recover from setbacks with faith. There's also a spiritual lesson in this. The legs connect us to the earth, grounding us in the present moment. They remind us that before we can reach higher, we must be firmly rooted below. Just like a tree that grows tall only because its roots go deep. Our success in life depends on how grounded we are. Being grounded means having balance, not being swayed too much by pleasure or pain, success or failure. When you are grounded, you stay centered, and the act of strengthening your foundation, whether through mindful movement, good nutrition, or conscious living, becomes a spiritual practice, a way of aligning yourself with nature's rhythm and inner peace. Building from the ground up also teaches patience. Real strength doesn't come overnight. It is built slowly through consistent action, through every step you take, every meal you choose wisely, every time you show up for yourself. The small efforts you make each day compound into a life of stability and vitality. Many people look for quick results, but lasting power grows quietly. Just as a seed needs time to grow into a tree, the human body needs time to rebuild its strength. Consistency is the key. When you care for your foundation every day, you're not just investing in your health. You're building the kind of inner strength that will carry you through every challenge life brings. Our legs teach us about resilience. They may stumble, but they always rise again. Every time you fall and stand up, your legs become stronger. The same applies to life. The struggles you face are like resistance training for the soul. Each challenge strengthens you, each hardship teaches balance, and each recovery builds endurance. Life may test you, but as long as you keep standing, keep walking, and keep moving forward, you are growing stronger in ways that no comfort can offer. As we bring all these reflections together, one truth shines through: to live a strong life, we must start with a strong foundation. That foundation is our body, our nourishment, and our discipline. Every aspect of health and happiness rises from how we treat the ground we stand on. When you strengthen your legs, you strengthen your life. When you nourish yourself with awareness, you nourish your spirit. And when you move with intention, you move toward growth. So stand tall, walk with purpose, and take every step with gratitude. Every movement is a celebration of strength. Every act of nourishment is a declaration of love toward your body. And every moment you choose to build yourself from the ground up is a promise to live not just longer, but stronger. Strength begins in the foundation, but it ends in transformation. When the legs are strong, the journey becomes limitless. When the foundation is firm, life itself stands tall.